So now just take your time, and when you're ready, I want you to just let me know what you experience.
I'm travelling on the water, but I'm quite slowly just travelling along a lake.
That's great. Are you on your own?
No, I'm with my dad. I think it's my dad.
In that life or in this life?
In this,
You know,
that,
in that life.
this life,
Yeah.
this, but not my modern life.
And are you male or female?
I'm female, I'm a child.
Do you know what your name is?
Hannah or something. Hannah, I think. Hannah.
Do you get a surname at all?
Green. Hannah Green, I think. Hannah Green something. Hannah Green something.
Well done. That's really, really good. You're doing something really well.
Hannah Green Coat. Cote.
Oh wow, well done. Do you know which country you're in?
I don't.
That's
I
okay.
don't.
Just see what comes to you.
I'm actually I'm lying flat on this boat. It's a small boat. And my dad's standing, pushing it with a big oar. And my head's nearly near the water.
And how are you feeling?
Quite free, quite happy. Just nice. Put my hand in the water.
Are you close with your father?
No, he's quite strict with me, but I like going on the boat with him. We're going to market with the things on the boat.
Do you know what year it is?
No. Nope.
How are you dressed?
I've just got a brown dress on with, and there's a dress underneath the dress, like a skirt underneath the dress. And I've got socks up to my knees. But I don't have my shoes on at the moment. I took them off. And I've got a bonnet on. And like a collar thing around my dress. Big collar. And an apron, a white apron. It looks like an apron, feels like an apron.
And do you know anything else about your life at this point? Do you know if you have a mum?
Yeah, I have a mum. Me and Dad are going to the market on the boat. On the small little boat that we normally go to the market on. Mum's busy at home.
Okay. Do you want to move forward to the next significant event?
Yeah.
Okay. Just ask your higher self to take you to the next significant event in that life. And let know when you're there.
I'm running a market stall.
And how old are you now?
I'm probably about 16, 17.
Are you on your own?
Yes, but I feel that my dad's somewhere near, but I'm running the stall, like he's talking somewhere else or something.
Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, there's nobody at the stall, so I'm just standing here waiting for people, waiting for custom. It's a fruit stall in the market, lots of different fruits. And we sell Brazil nuts as well, like nuts to crack open. And the oranges have lots of leaves still on them.
Do you get a sense of which country you're in?
I know it's not England, it's not. I can't tell.
It's okay. Now, do you want to stay here to see what happens? Or do you feel ready to explore further?
I'm just waiting for customers, so it's pretty boring here. And go to the next level, maybe.
Okay. Just ask your higher self to guide you to the next significant event in this life.
I'm back at the farm. We have a farm, but I'm hiding.
Okay. And have you moved on? Are you older?
Yeah, I'm only a year older, 17, 18, something like that. Very scary. There's people coming. I'm very scared.
Okay, are you okay to experience this? Do you know who the people are?
It's an army of some, I don't know who they are. But we're all hiding.
The whole family?
Yes.
So mum, dad, who else?
I've got a little sister.
Now what's happening?
We're hiding in a hayloft on the farm. It does feel like it's passing.
Good.
But we've been told to be very, very quiet. It does feel like it's okay.
Have the army gone?
Whatever was approaching seems to have gone, yeah.
So you're still with your family?
Yes, yeah.
Now, do you know your family on this life, from your present life?
It's the same family as this life.
Okay, so who's your little sister?
She's called Mabel or something, May for short.
And your mum? Do you know your mum in this life?
Yeah, I just call her Mum. Just call her Mama. Mama.
And what's your relationship like with her?
She's just cold and clinical. She just works a lot on the farm. And she puts us in nice clothes on Sundays. And she's just a very good cook. But me and my sister do we feed the ducks and the chickens and things. We do the yard animals. We're responsible for that. And my uncle comes and milks the cows. And my dad does it with him sometimes, but my dad tends to sell the produce. So he's always at market. and I sometimes go with him.
Okay.
But my sister's too young.
Are you happy?
Now there's no threat, I feel happy. But I'm just happy in my own world.
And you know what the threat was? Do you know why they were coming?
We were told we were being invaded, but I don't understand. It's just, don't know who it is. Mum and Dad don't talk about it, they just tell us to hide.
Okay.
So.
Is there more there, or would you like to move on?
I'll move on, yeah.
Okay. Ask your higher self to take you to the next significant event.
I'm sitting on a wall with my friends in the village. Feels like quite a big village. Probably more of a small town, maybe. I'm sitting on a stone wall and there's a gentleman talking to us. He works for the local school. And he said that one of the people who've moved into the town are looking to sponsor 2 or 3 children with education. And that he was going to talk to our parents about it, as we're quite good at school.
And the man is okay?
The man feels nice. I know him from the school. I know him from the school, so I trust him. Yeah. I'm quite interested, I'm quite excited at being sponsored.
Do you know who are your friends? Can you describe your friends?
They're both my school friends as well. There's Jenny and Pippa. We're all 17, 18, something like that.
Do you know Jenny? And your other friend?
Jenny's got blonde hair and is quite pretty. Pippa's quite quiet and small and has got dark hair. They're both really nice friends. I've known them for about 10 years.
Do you know them from this life, from your present life?
Yeah, they live just down the road from me. And Jenny's dad is a farmer, but Pippa's dad does something else. He does finance of some kind.
Okay.
I'm quite excited about possibly being sponsored. So I'm going to get home and tell Mum and Dad.
And are they excited when you tell them?
No, they're not.
Take your time. What do they say?
They want me to stay on the farm. They said I'm educated enough. That it would be better for the people who needed that. I feel upset about that.
That's understandable. And so, do they not want you to be sponsored?
No, they don't want anything to do with this new person moving in. They don't like him, they've not even met him or her. They told me to stop talking about it, so.
You mentioned someone moving in, what's that?
There's a gentleman who's moved into the village. I think he's got a wife. He's very rich.
Okay.
He lives in one of the big buildings on the outskirts. I don't know what they do, but they have a lot of money. And he's looking to sponsor.
Ah, that's the gentleman who's sponsoring, right?
Yeah, 2 or 3 children from the village who can't afford it.
Okay.
my parents don't have much money.
And so what happens when you move on?
I'm not allowed to, but I feel very upset about that and frustrated. I'm going to talk to my friends about it.
Do they get sponsored?
Jenny did, but not Pip. Jenny's getting sponsored.
Okay.
She's not started yet, though.
So if you want to, you can move on a bit further in that life.
Yes, please, because I feel upset.
Okay, just ask your higher self to move you on. The next significant event.
I'm actually sat at a desk being educated.
Amazing.
And so how did that happen? The man visited my parents and helped them, financially helped them. And they agreed. So I'm sitting at a desk with Jenny and 2 others in a room. And there's a very, very neatly dressed teacher with fancy hair. I'm listening to her, but at the same time I'm looking at what she's wearing because she looks quite well-to-do as well. She's teaching us about geography in the world, and she's teaching us about the oceans and about I don't quite understand what she's saying, but I think it's about what he does, trade or something, or some kind of merchant, I don't know, something. I'm not really understanding, but I'm not going to let her know I don't understand.
Yeah.
So.
Well done. And how are you dressed?
I'm dressed quite well because my mum bought me, well, she bought some cotton to make a new dress, and I have a hat on that's tilted slightly, and not a bonnet, so I feel quite smart. But I've only been sat here 10 minutes. I don't think I'm supposed to be wearing my hat. So yeah, and I've got my leather shoes on that have been really shone up. So I feel good.
And it's all worked out.
It's all worked out.
How old are you now?
I'm about 19, young. I'm learning about international something, but I haven't really figured it out yet. And Jenny's sat there, she's writing, she's busy. I don't know the 2 other girls because they're from a different village. But I suppose I'll get to know them as new friends.
You're happy?
Happy.
Okay. Whenever you're ready, if you want to move on.
Well, the feeling I'm getting is I don't want to go back home,
Okay.
even though I live at home, because I feel that there's some resentment that they permitted it, but they might have been under pressure, or they might have needed the money.
Right.
Or there's or jealousy possibly, I don't know what the feeling is, but I feel that I don't want to go back home, but I have no choice, I have to go home.
Is this the same feeling that you get in the present life?
I do get a big feeling of dread visiting mum and dad, yeah, very much so, yeah. It's something another therapist had pointed out actually, because I never thought to think about my emotions and physical state before going to see mum and dad, even when I'm just walking down the drive. And it's very much the same feeling, very just dreading going back. I feel that they're going to be funny with me, a bit off. My sister's lovely though, she'll give me a big hug.
Do you want to go and experience going back home?
If I can avoid that, I'd rather avoid it and go somewhere else with this.
Do you want to move on instead?
Yes.
Yes, no problem. Move on to the next significant event in this life that will help you to understand
I'm giving a speech.
Oh.
At the village hall. I don't know what am I talking about. I'm talking about suffragettes and women's liberty.
Oh.
Women's lib. Interesting.
Are you older?
Yeah, I'm probably 2 or 3 years older, so maybe 21, 22. I'm not doing it in a way that's like strident. I'm not aggressive with it, but I do know that some of my contemporaries are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just talking about it. I'm talking about other things as well, like Sunday school opening times and things. And there's probably about 30 people there. I feel quite good. I'm not talking for long, just I'm part of a group of people who help the community stay together and just organise lots of events and things and discuss topical affairs because I feel more confident. I've had some mentoring and it's a nice feeling.
This is very good because it's very relevant to what you're going through in your present life.
Interesting it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a flipping parallel life that's the same.
It is.
It's crazy.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want a tissue?
I'm fine. Yeah, so there's a gentleman in the audience that's catching my eye. He's catching my eye and I'm catching it back. It's interesting. I'm not there. I don't want the limelight. I just feel that I need to contribute because everybody does in the village. And I've had humble beginnings on the fruit stall. And I feel that I have a voice as much as everybody else, so it can be used constructively. So I've just gone back into the backstage now to just chat. I'm quite enamoured by this gentleman in the audience. Perhaps too easily distracted.
Do you get chatting to the gentleman?
No, he's gone into the crowd. Maybe I was just imagining it.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gone.
And at this point, are you still living at home?
I am, but I have prospects of going to London with 2 of the other girls. The other one dropped out of school, the one that I didn't know at the beginning. Jenny wants to go to London, I do, and Sarah. So 3 of us want to go to London.
Brilliant.
We've been allowed to stay in a townhouse, but only for 2 weeks.
And does it feel good to be in the townhouse away from home?
I'm not there yet, but I'm a little bit scared because I don't want to be homesick. And I don't know what's going to be there. Although I was told there were lots of other people living there who are really nice. And that I'll be well catered for. And that I will help out. So it's exciting, but I'm not there yet.
That's good. Okay, when you're ready, you can move on again.
Just in a horse and carriage, heading to London. It's bumpy.
To live?
It's really bumpy. To stay, just to stay.
So all this is in the UK?
It feels like it's in the UK. I feel like I might have come down from Scotland or somewhere. It's a long way. A long, long way.
Okay. And are you with anyone? Are you with Jenny?
I'm with my mum. Just me and my mum. I think she's quite nervous about what I'm doing, or perhaps wants to be involved in some way. Because she's not really close to me and doesn't really go places with me, but now she's here with me in the carriage. And everything, she helped me pack beautifully. She did all the ironing and everything. I think she's quite pleased for me. Oh, I don't know. But she's...
What year do you feel it is now? Because it's a whole century.
1800s or something, not sure. Yeah, I think 1800. Feels non-eventful. It just feels like I'm going to stay in this big white Muse house, and at some point I've got to say goodbye to my mum.
Okay.
It's getting late now. I'm going to arrive quite late. I've heard that London's quite well lit compared to our village, although it smells bad. I can smell it already. I can smell it. It smells pungent and smoky. It smells vile, absolutely horrible. I know our farm smells bad sometimes, but this is 10 times worse.
What's causing the smell?
The streets just stink. It might be the horse manure on top of sewage or whatever that smell is washing. And then there's smells of like fires, coal fires. Maybe the industry. Never seen big industry. My bottom actually hurts from being in this carriage.
So long.
Hours, all day. And it's not Scotland, it's Newcastle somewhere. I'm from northeast. Because I know that my accent's going to sound funny to other people. Because they all speak very well in London, so I'm told.
And what's happening?
She's just she's not talking much. It's like, what's wrong with her? I think she's happy for me or struggling with her own emotions about it. I don't understand why she's not more excited. Maybe she's just tired. She does do a lot of stuff, and she's had to leave my sister behind, my dad to look after. But she's going to help me get the stuff off the carriage. It's quite high up. It's big steps. There's lights on the front of the building, really big steps. It's very small. It's all white.
How are you feeling?
Like, this is just really weird. Just excited, but very nervous. Trying to be cool. Trying not to be too excited.
Did you ever see the gentleman again?
No, he writes. He will. Well, no, he doesn't write. He said he will write.
Ah, so you spoke to him?
Yes. I met the gentleman maybe 2-3 times when I was in the classroom who sponsored us. I don't know why I'm coming down here, but it's part of my mentoring. And he thinks I'm not gifted, he just thinks I'm intelligent and that I'll be okay. It'll be all very strange at first, but I'll settle in. So I'm going to be introduced to some of the people in the house.
Okay.
But they're letting me just have a wash and stuff, freshen up first anyway, because it's late. So I'm going to my room. She's upstairs, right at the top of the house. There's lots of stairs. My mum's coming up with me. It's like my boots have got heels on, they're really clunky on the wooden stairs. Well, downstairs it's just exquisite. It's just really smart and very expensive fittings and deep, rich red wallpaper. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then the stairs are wooden, but they're polished, really high polish. And they're swirly, whatever you call that on the stairs. And then the stairs above that have wrought iron, which is a bit similar to ours, but ours are more simple. And then my room's right at the top, so the ceiling gets lower as you go up. And then it feels warm up here though. I was worried about being cold at the top of the house. It feels warm. There's a fire in the room.
Sounds wonderful.
There's 4 beds in the room though, so I pretty much accept I'm sharing a room. I know Jenny's coming at some point, but she's not here yet. And she's with me, she's behind me, and she's happy. I can tell she's happy for me. I think she's quite pleased. Can I go forward in this story?
Yes.
My spirits are guiding me forward.
Okay.
I've been granted extended stay, but I've not heard from my mum or dad yet.
How are you feeling about that?
I'm 5.5 weeks in, so I stayed longer, a lot longer. Jenny stayed 4 weeks but didn't like it, so she went back. And I feel sad. I've not heard from mum and dad, which is weird because it takes 1.5 weeks for the post to arrive from Newcastle. And I've heard nothing.
Do you want to stay there?
I'm missing home a lot, but I know I'm doing, because of the support from my family, ultimately I know I'm doing the right thing. I'm basically an administrative assistant in a local office, but it feels very London, if you know what I mean. Doesn't feel local to me is not the same thing.
Yeah.
And I'm downstairs. I work downstairs and I do a lot of writing and filing. And it's for a small journal that this man has some investment in. It's like a print. There's a print factory attached, but I work in the office where all the stories are with journalists.
Have you got any friends there or anyone to talk to?
No, it's very much, everybody's so busy and they smoke pipes and it stinks. I hate it, but the windows, I can put the window open, I can pull it up. And there's a woman who's the senior administrative person, and she's really keeps herself to herself. It's a very privileged position apparently, but people might like me come and go. We're 10 a penny, and I'm made to feel like that. But I know it's a good job, and if I work hard, I might get promotion. I'm learning a lot, but I've still not heard from my mum and dad in 6-7 weeks now. But I'm earning money. It's good.
That's good.
I earn a big coin every week, but I'm not sure what it is or what it means. I just save it.
Is there anything else there, or do you want to move on?
It just put me in the place. It just put me clearly in the place where I'm working, which I wanted to know. And that's good. So I was working for a small journal that does the ink printing, sorry. Yeah, I feel like I want to go home, but I shouldn't. But I feel torn. Because I feel like they need my help on the farm, but I'm doing well because of the sponsorship. And I'm making myself useful. I don't earn much compared to some, but I'm making a difference.
Why do you think your parents aren't contacting you?
I don't know. I hope they're okay. I'm fearing the worst, but I'm sure they're fine, really. It's just because I don't know. I thought they would, but they haven't. I wrote to them. In the first week I wrote to them, but I've not heard back. Maybe they, I don't know. I'm left guessing.
Okay. Ask your higher self to guide you forward again. See where you're taken.
The woman's fallen ill. The one, my boss, is ill, and I'm having to do her job.
And you're still there.
I'm still there.
And how?
I'm still in the same bedroom, but there's only one other person that shares it with me. The other two beds are spare, and I keep thinking I want Jenny to come back. Sorry, did you ask me a question? Sorry.
Do you know Jenny from your present life? Is she in this life with you?
Jenny. No, I don't think so. I do, yes. It's my friend Sarah from school. Oh.
Wow.
She's very intelligent. She's a school teacher. That's what she did instead. I missed you.
Have you heard from your parents?
Not yet, no.
And how long has it been now?
2 months. Every day's hard. I work 6 days out of 7. I only get Sunday off for prayer, church.
Okay, do you want to move forward again?
Yes, yeah. Going home to visit them. Been there 3 months, and I've been granted some leave just for 3 days because it takes a day to get there. So I'm really excited about getting home. I've really missed my little sister and the animals, the ducks and chickens. Obviously mum and dad, but not that much, to be honest. I'm going with somebody else who's going back, but they stop off en route, so they don't go as far as I go. Mum's not with me this time, I'm on my own. I feel good, I'm working hard, I've found something for me in life that's different, but I've got some pennies I'm bringing back to help them with.
Excellent.
And it's just a boring journey. I've just got some reading to do though. I've got some reading, so I'm reading, but I feel sick reading while I'm...
a horse and cart again?
A carriage, yes. Yeah. Yeah. And the other person's sleeping. I don't know how she can sleep. My mind's wandering a lot. Fuzzy head. I think I'm just tired on the journey home.
Okay.
Trying to read, but not really reading. But I'll get home soon. I'm home. I'm home now. I'm home.
Describe what happened.
I can see, I'm home, but I'm still in the horse and carriage, so I can see the light on the local public house. It's like a torch, I can see that. It's nice to see. It feels good, I can smell the fresh air. Oh, it's cold though. And
And sister?
I'm just going down this little lane, and yeah, I can hear her. I think she can hear me coming in the horse. She knows it's me. Yeah, I've arrived and they're all there. And they're all arms around each other. It's like it's like the welcome committee, except it feels a bit serious. But my sister's really happy to see me, just run at me and give me a big hug. Yeah.
And what about your parents? How do they react to you?
Well, I'm going to them to hug them, so I just thought my mum might come to the carriage and help me down, but she's not, so they're just okay, they're happy to see me, but they're very grounded, they're just quite miserable. So I'm not allowed to get too excited about being home, that's just me that's excitable, and my sister. So, yeah, I think they just want to go back in, it's quite cold, so I'm going back in. And the fire's on in the kitchen, which is nice. And they've made me some supper, so nice soup and stuff. So yeah, that was a weird reception. My sister's happy to see me, but my sister's not my sister in this life. That's what I can't figure out. This is a different energy. Okay. And weirdly, I don't know how this works, but it feels like it's my auntie's energy. And my auntie's actually older than me, obviously, so my auntie's just happy to hear from me, writes to me, would be pleased to see me, would give me that warm welcome. Yeah. My sister would probably be as sober as my parents, or maybe overexcited, but it was anyway. It feels funny being back. I was looking forward to coming, and I feel like I've had my bubble popped a bit, but then maybe they're just tired because it's quite late. It's about 9:30. We usually go to bed a lot earlier because we get up really early on the farm.
Yeah. Are you going to be working now? You're back home?
No, I've got a day off and then I have to go back the day after. It's just a day. I don't know what I'm going to do in a day, but I'll try and get around my friends, catch up with Jenny, who's teaching.
Okay, do you want to take yourself forward to your reunion, Jenny?
Yeah. It's really nice, just sitting with Jenny. We're sitting outside the public house because it's not really the done thing to go in at 22, 23 as a woman. It's just more men in there. So we're sitting near the coach house part and just catching up, and it's really nice. She's excited to see me and I'm just laughing, and it's nice. I'm just joking. I think she hooked up with the guy that was looking at me. In fact, she did. She did. Graham, she did. She's telling me and I'm like, oh. I didn't even know his name anyway. It's got to be him, the way she's describing him. It has to be him. That doesn't surprise me. She's very good looking. She's more into men than me. I think I'm more into my career. Yeah. And she never joined the suffragette movement either. She wasn't bothered. She was having fun. Good for her. So yeah, it's nice to see Jenny, but I don't know where Pippa is. I think Pippa's gone to work somewhere different because her dad wanted her to work for him and she didn't want to. So yeah. So it's nice to catch up with Jenny, but I have to get back because I don't have much time. So.
Have your parents, when you go back, have your parents said anything to you?
When I sat round and had soup at the table, they're just very quiet, but they asked me a lot of questions, but didn't really, not in a kind of like, not in a warm and hearty way, if you know what I mean. I didn't feel that they'd miss me much. I just feel that they feel a bit, they're not dubious, but they're kind of wary about what I'm doing and the new sort of height that I'm growing to, if you know what I mean. Mm. I'm not sure they like the fact that they do like it, but they don't. Mm. It feels like they're proud of me, but they're not. They're kind of, it's a bitter pride, which I didn't think existed, but it's like they're bitter about me, but they're proud of me. I can't explain it. Yeah. It's like I've done something wrong, but I haven't, because they know that it's right for me. Feels like maybe it's just jealousy, a baseline jealousy. I don't know. There's something going on where it's a bit awkward. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I should just stay on the farm. Yeah.
But you want to go back?
I want to go back because I feel that the business I'm involved in on a very minion type level is actually really good, because I think it's giving suffragettes a voice, despite the fact it's sponsored by a man who has a house on the outskirts of our village, but He does business in London. It's funny, it has to be a man that sponsors it because it's a women's movement. But it's not all just about suffragettes, they print a lot of other stuff, so yeah, I know I need to go back because I think I've outgrown being around family and feeling like this, and I think if I feel good when I'm down there and I'm contributing to the family, surely that's positive. And I'm a good mentor for my sister in that respect.
Do you feel like you're getting a message for you back in this life so far?
Yes, very much so. And that is, sometimes things come along that are gifts, and if it feels right, do it, and if it doesn't, don't do it. And if you do choose to do it, it's going to benefit not just you. It's going to benefit a lot of other people, and that's your purpose in life, to benefit others. Although it may feel like a sacrifice at the time. Because when you change direction, you are turning your back on something.
That's a really strong message, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's exactly what I needed to hear. Even though it's from my own mouth, it doesn't feel like it's from my own mouth. It feels like somebody's saying that for me. It's weird.
It's been taken over. So,
Yeah, it's really good though. Feel strong with that thought, with those thoughts.
Yeah, you need this.
It's just a struggle when it's the family and the intimacy of your childhood that is the thing that becomes the issue.
Yeah.
You know, for the sake of my mum and dad, do I please them all my life, or do I go and do what benefits many more people? I mean, my dad still sells fruit on the market stall. That benefits people. It's fresh organic fruit and vegetables and nuts that he imports. Well, when I say import, he gets them brought to him. I don't know how he does that. I was never involved in that, but there's more than that to benefit people than just what we eat and drink. So yeah, although obviously
that's a really good, strong message.
Cool.
All right, you want to go further on in this life and just see what happens to you?
Yeah. I get more involved in the journalism, but I'm not allowed to be a journalist on that level, and it frustrates me immensely.
Wow.
So, because it's all men still,
Okay.
and because they know that I work there from the sort of lowest rank, they respect me, but they don't want me to sort of fill their shoes in their role.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. Smoke. I'm smoking now because it feels good to smoke. If they can smoke, I can smoke. Although I smoke from a very long stick. I don't know what you call it.
Wow.
I think it's elegant, but actually it's not. It's not. But I feel quite liberated in smoking. And I have some kind of, there's another person that works in my job and I'm really good to them because I know what it was like when the lady who fell ill was too prim and proper with me, and it upset me, but I kept going. And now I'm kind to them because I don't want them to experience the same. So I'm like, it's like middle management. It's nothing more than middle management. It's just, yeah. But I'm happy. I'm just a hard worker.
And are you still missing home?
Much less because I have friends now in London, so I go out and I spend time and I write letters home anyway, so I don't get letters back. I get the village leaflet sent to me by my mum with just a small letter written on the back as if she's too busy to write me a full letter. And all I do when the village leaflets come is assess the print levels of them because they don't look that good compared to what we produce in London. And then I look at mum's writing because it doesn't make me feel good to read it. It makes me miss home. But I know I need to read it, and I'm glad to receive it. It feels that at least she's making an effort, but it's a minimal effort in my opinion. I just think she could write me a full letter. This is parallel to what happened in this life, Helen. This is really bizarre. So bizarre, because in Spain, when I lived in Spain as a nanny, an au pair for 6 months, my mum wouldn't write to me. She'd send me the Radio Times with a little note in it. So I'd just be able to read English and not the Spanish, Castellano, whatever. This is like I'm reliving what happened before.
Your higher self, you did ask to see this, and it's amazing.
But my higher self is telling me the message that I should have learned, and I'm having to learn it again. So I've obviously not been learning. I wonder why I didn't pick up on, why I couldn't have avoided the same thing happening again.
And maybe to learn the lesson, you've had to relive the life.
Okay, it's because I think in the previous life it was quite egoistical. I realised my ego. And that this feels like this time it's about completely dropping the ego. So I feel like I'm maybe one step on, next level. You're going to operate with no ego. Maybe that's it.
That's another strong message. So, do you know who are your friends in London? Can you describe them?
When I say friends, they're not really like my village friends who mean the world to me. They're like, I started going out with this girl who delivers to the print company, who I got friendly with because I'd receive all the deliveries. She used a cycle to deliver, big black bicycle, and I liked her and her sense of freedom, so I became a friend to her, and then we just go and meet in town, sit in the parks and talk. She's nice. In fact, this is strange, I don't know whether to say it or not. It's not me in this life. I feel attracted to her.
Okay.
I feel it's weird because I've got no boyfriend throughout, nothing, no male interest other than the guy looking at me in the town hall. I just feel like village hall, sorry, I say town hall, it sounds better. Village hall. I kind of interested in her, but not because I don't know my own sexuality. I'm 23, 24. No, actually, no, I'm older. 28. Yeah, I think I'm finding my sexuality late.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I've got a slight crush on this girl, which does not reflect in this life. There's nothing wrong with being that way inclined, but I can tell you I'm happily married to my fella. Yeah. So she's a friend who I can confide in, but the others are just people I know that they're clients and things that come and go that I talk to. But I feel I have connections. And then there's another girl who lives in the room, but I don't see much of her. She shares the same bed as me in the same house because I'm still there. I've been there 3 years, 4 years now. I don't need to move. I've been told I never need to move, and London's too expensive for me to afford, so I can't move.
Right, do you want to move on to the
I'm
next?
feeling really tired now. Like,
It's okay, when lots come to you, you will feel tired. It's exhausting.
yeah, just really tired.
Do you want to end the session?
I don't want to end it until you're ready because there's so much coming out.
Okay.
Just like it's so interesting.
It is, isn't it? Okay, do you want to move on to the next significant event? Let's see if anything happens with the girl.
Yeah, but I feel this might be the last because I'm honestly pooped.
Okay.
Yeah. There's like a little mini festival in London. There are lots, but this is another one. And I'm able to attend it. And my friend who I just talked about came with me. She's younger than me. She's probably 21, 22, but she's much more confident and a Londoner. She has a strong London accent and she's funny. And she's there with me and we're in the crowd. And it's annoying because the people are so close, the bonnets are smacking each other. We've got bonnets on and they're all hitting each other. I've never been in such a tight crowd. It feels a bit claustrophobic. But my friend, I think she knows that I'm panicking a bit. So she's taking my hand, which feels really nice. Actually, she's holding my hand and pulling me through the crowd to the green bit. I'm getting through the crowd. It's busy and there's music. It's like a pianola playing and loads of voices. It's busy. Colours, monkey, monkey stand. It's busy, busy. And I'm just going to the village green. I think she just needs to sit down on the grass with me as well. We just need to get out. It's fun and we're both kind of excited, enjoying it, but it's busy. Yeah, so just sitting on the grass now, talking again. I think she's happy with me and how I am.
Okay.
It has no name. I have no name for it. It's unspoken. So she can't hold my hand now. We've come through the crowd. I think I need to leave it there, just on the grass. Feels the right place to leave it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's just mental. Oh, God.
This person, do you know this person?
I was trying to think, actually, if I did. I do know a Spanish girl who's the same kind of energy as her, who is in a relationship with another woman in Madrid. But I've not seen her for years, and we did have a great time when we were younger, because she stayed as a student in my house with my parents in Sheffield. And I loved her energy, and maybe she was quite playful like that, and does feel like it could be her, but I'm not sure. Okay. But nothing that comes instantly to mind, no, so, no.
And at this age, do you speak to your mum and dad much now?
I haven't spoken to them in 5 years.
Right, okay.
I haven't spoken to them in 5 years because I went up another 2 occasions and they were still funny with me, and I just thought, I don't need to speak. I write to my sister all the time and she writes to me, so, and I feel okay.
Good.
It's not great. It could be better.
Okay, do you want to move on again?
Can do if you want. I feel a bit more energy. I'm all right now. I feel the energy of dealing with that.
Okay.
That, I don't know if it's me as a lesbian, was really difficult. I feel like that was so hard to get through and say. It's like at the time it'd be so hard to broach. Probably I feel, reliving it now, I feel the same, but I feel like I've got a new burst of energy now if you want to go to something. Yeah, that's bizarre. I just felt like that was a struggle to get out, like tiring. But yeah.
You've done it now, that's amazing.
Yeah. I want to go boating with her.
Okay.
Because it's what I did with Dad. I love being on the rivers and lakes. And they're just boating together. It's very popular. We dressed up for it to look smart because everybody's there. It's Kensington or somewhere. It's quite smart. I live much further away than this. But we're on a boat together just giggling, having fun. It feels like that times when I was with Dad. Just nice childhood memories. But we've got an oar each, which is quite funny because we're going around in circles sometimes. Just feels playful and happy. I must be about nearly 30. But nobody knows we're together. Just looks like a friendship to everybody. Okay. I've still got my bonnet on. I wear a hat. It's not a hat this time, it's a bonnet, a fancy bonnet. It's like a fancy bonnet. A bit hot. But I don't wear the waist as tight as... I don't understand the tight waist thing. It's stupid. And I wear flat shoes. Just feels nice. relaxing, serene.
Good, take your time there.
Mm.
Just feel those feelings, keep them with
I'm
you.
just happy that we can be together on the lake. Thinking about food, what's new. We've got something wrapped in a sort of tote. It's like a hempy, it's kind of fashion though, weirdly. It's like a hemp bag, but it's fashion. We've got some sandwiches wrapped in wax, so paper. I'm eating a sandwich. I'm not supposed to eat the sandwich in the boat. That's why I was thinking about it. I'm not allowed to eat in the boat, but I'm just sneaking some sandwich in the boat. Wow, it's just beautiful. I can see people waiting to get the boats. We're number 9. So I'm waiting to be called.
Specific.
Yeah. Maybe actually, yeah, I didn't think. Waiting to be called in. The guy who calls in uses this little tannoy thing and he sounds so London. Right. Number 9. Come in, number 9. Right. So we've got to go in now.
Have you got a full name for this person?
For the girl that I'm with?
Yeah.
I have, hang on. Eleanor, but I don't know what her second name is, Naps or something, Knapps, Eleanor Naps or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll investigate this afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like you to move on now in this life. If you're strong enough to do that.
Yeah. I finally left. I was there 5 years, over 5 years, 6 years, 5 or 6 years in this townhouse, and I'd left. And I live in a house share, and Eleanor lives in the room next door. It's quite dowdy, the walls are dark.
Okay.
I'd want them lighter.
And where is it?
It's in London, but it's more East London, because we can afford East London. I'm still working for the Printworks, so I only really get Sundays to see Eleanor when everybody's in the park on Sundays. Or at least the festivities are on Sundays and not in the week when I work. And being called for dinner. I don't understand. I'm in a house share, but I'm being called for dinner. The bell, ding-a-ding, from the kitchen. But I know I'm subservient. I know I'm not someone who owns a house, or I'm renting a room in a house. Oh right, it's just a house share. We're just around the table and we just eat together. Okay, so I've only been there 2 days. I don't know how it works yet. So I guess I'll be expected to cook, so I need to speak to him about that. But the bell was quite quaint.
And are you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy but a bit nervous because it's all new to me. It's not as homely as home. Obviously, home on the farm is much more relaxing. Or I have a lot of memories and I miss it a lot. So when you say happy, I'm not happy. I'm just in it's like I'm having to adopt a professional mode. I can relax in the house share to an extent, although it's quite dowdy and dirty. And I've got my independence, which is something I always wanted. And I'm super grateful of my sponsor, who I write to every 3 months. But I just wouldn't say I was happy. I'm happy that Eleanor lives next door.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. But it's not a very nice place. I think I won't be here for long.
Okay. Do you want to move on? See what happens?
I can do. I've still got energy to move on. Yeah.
You've got the energy.
Yeah. I'd like to know what happens, definitely.
I'd like to know how you exit this life.
Yeah. Me too.
ask your higher self, what other lessons you have to learn in this life?
I'm just weirdly just doing ringlets in my hair. Sorry, got distracted. I'm old enough to do them quicker than I do them. About 35, 36, so not much older than the last bit. I want to go further forward.
Okay.
I need to ask my guide to take me further forward.
Yes.
It's time just tying these things, that's boring. Unless it's significant and I'm just being arrogant. Maybe I should stay there. I'm being told to stay there. Okay, so I'm tying that right. So I can have my hair free. I don't have to cover my head. So that's why I'm focusing on it more, my hair. And Eleanor's not come in my room, and I don't know why she's not, because she said she was going to help me. Oh, she doesn't want me to move out. I've got another place lined up that's nicer, but that means I wouldn't be able to share a room with her because I can't disclose our relationship, which is quite casual anyway. But it means that I'm bettering myself, but I'm sacrificing my proximity to her. But I hate this house, it's so dirty. It's dowdy and dirty, and the walls are dark. They've not been decorated for years, and the light's dim. I needed to move. But she can't afford to move into that house, and I can't afford to pay for her, so she's not happy with me. So I'm moving. Okay, so that switches my area. I'm moving closer to town.
Okay.
And it's lighter. And it's a nicer house. It's a bigger room. It's more spacious, and it's got big windows I can push up. But I don't want to, because when I do that, the smell comes in. So, why is this significant? I'm in this big room on my own now. It feels like I'm doing the right thing for me, but I can never do the right thing by anybody else.
Okay. I wondered
So,
if there was a lesson.
I think there's a message in it, but I don't know what it is yet.
Just take your time. Let it
It's just a nicer place to be. And I've worked hard for it. And I'll always love Eleanor.
Can Eleanor not move with you?
No, the house rules, I can't have a woman in the same room as me.
Okay.
Not the one that I'm interested in, and that might be too obvious to everybody else. She can visit me, but it's a big room, there's only one bed in it. I've got a small wash basin in the corner with gold taps.
Wow.
They're not real gold, don't think, but they look it. And the floor's like blackened. It's like wooden floorboards but blackened. I've got a small fire, but I've not used it because I'm used to the cold anyway from the farm. And I'm in there on my own. I think it's just I'm being made to think. It's like I'm contemplating and having to think. There's got to be a message in this, Helen. I'm trying to rush it too much.
No, don't rush. Don't rush.
Right, I had a promotion. That's why I've got this room. And I'm feeling really good about myself. And I'm learning journalism. I'm learning to be a journalist. And Eleanor's happy for me, but not. And I don't. No, she's still delivering, but she does more, and she has more people working with her. So she does more. They deliver on bikes around London, and I think it's her dad's company or something. So she never really needs to change her job because I think she feels sorted doing that. She doesn't have the same ambitions. And I know she supports me, but it feels like she's unhappy about me making this next step again. I feel like I've jumped from village to London to a house to a rental to something that's better for me, and I feel that it's created resentment around some of my group, my soul group. But I don't know what this message is, other than you just need to stay strong. Just sit it out. I feel like I'm being told to sit it out because it's going to get better. And it'll be fine. To trust my instincts type of thing. Okay. Even though it's hard and you can't cater for everybody, as much as you try to, you can't please everybody. I feel like I'm just being made to realise.
And someone's always going to be upset.
Yes. For whatever reason they want to be upset for. It might be irrelevant to your situation because you might still love them the same, want the same for them, but you can only accommodate them to a certain extent because you can't do it for them. And if the rules are the rules, then I can't change them. Or maybe I'm made to break the rules. No, I can't break the rules. That's it. Yeah. So I'm just sitting in my room. I'm still sitting in my room, figuring it out, I think. Yeah, it's a nice big room there, peaceful and lighter. It smells a bit though, but London smell.
I have to move you on now, just because the disc I don't think has much time.
Right. I am actually lying in bed though, in the same room.
Okay.
There we go. That's where we were going with this. This feels right. And I've got a heavy chest.
How old are you?
About 36, maybe 37. Can hardly breathe. Gosh.
Do you want to take a step back and just observe yourself and not go through this?
Yes, please.
Just ask your higher self just to observe yourself from the side of the room doing this rather than going through it. And ask your higher self what you are going through.
I've got something, yeah. I can look in now. I can see myself. I can look in now.
Just observe yourself.
That was hard.
Yeah.
I've got tuberculosis or something. I've got something on my chest. I can't breathe. Don't know what it is, but I'm on my own. Oh, Helen is going to come soon. I know she's coming soon.
Is this a long-term illness you've had?
No, I've got it in the last 2-3 weeks. And I've been in bed a lot. And Eleanor's been come and gone. I haven't got enough money for a doctor. The doctors don't come unless you have money. I have no money.
Just observe, just see what happens.
The church has helped with some food and stuff. I've got bread and I've got a knife, a new knife for the bread Eleanor bought me, and cheese for when she's not there and things. I've got no fridge. There's no such thing as a fridge. It's just a room. There's nothing, just food there on my table. Water. Eleanor's got me some medicine. Tastes like liquid or something. I think I'm dying, Helen. I think I'm dying. I think I can't breathe and I'm waiting for Eleanor to come back.
Do you want to observe your death? Are you okay to do that?
I mean, I'm watching it. I'm not in it.
Okay, as long as you're not in it.
I'm watching it. I'm coughing. A lot. I'm coughing. I can't breathe. It's wheezes and coughing. I'm on my own and the window is open. I don't normally have the window open, but I needed the air. I'm dying. I can't breathe. I'm laying still.
Ask your higher self just to take you safely through that experience.
I'm just still now. I've died already. I'm leaving my body already.
Okay, just float up above that body. Just observe how you look, what's happening.
I look really peaceful. I just had a massive coughing attack fit. And I look really, really peaceful. And I feel peaceful. I just turned to my side in my last death throes. How strange. I was coughing. I was trying to sit up and then I turned sideways. I just look really peaceful. It's fine.
This life now.
Yeah, fine.